What's up guys, welcome to another Let's Play. It's Final Fantasy Wednesday. I know I'm not uploading this on a Wednesday, it's because I recorded and uploaded this yesterday, but it got a copyright strike and I wasn't able to edit out the part that was causing the copyright strike. So here we are, re-recording it. So anyway, today we're playing Final Fantasy Type-0 HD. This game was released for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in March this year. It's also available on PC now, so you can get it on Steam. This game has a bit of a long story, you could say. So the game was originally announced way back in 2006 alongside Final Fantasy 13 and Versus 13. The three of them would form the Fabula Nova Crystallis universe or whatever, which meant that the three games sort of share the same mythology and universe, even though they were completely separate games. So they have nothing to do with each other. They're not based in the same world or anything, but they share the same sort of mythology and stuff. Like I said, like l'Cie, which we first saw in Final Fantasy 13, you see the same term here in Type-0, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see l'Cies in Final Fantasy 15 either. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've heard l'Cie being mentioned in the trailers for that. Either way. So the game was originally announced as a mobile game, I believe. And then it became a PSP game later on in the development cycle. It finally was released for the PSP in Japan in 2011, but it was never localized, so it never came to the West until the HD remaster. Believe me, fans begged for this for ages, so it was good to see it finally come here. So today I thought we'd play through the first chapter. I will give you a heads up, there will be a lot of cutscenes, so this will be a long Let's Play. But this is an excellent story, so it's worth it, and the soundtrack is superb as well. So, with that said, let us kick off with the opening cinematic. So I'll shut up now. And there we go, Fabula Nova Crystallis, like I said.
Since the dawn of eternity, 4 lights of hope have shone upon the world. Men flock to these lights, around which they build 4 peristylia. Each peristyllium becomes their faith and society, the path upon which they are set. The vermilion bird, wings of fire to lift the heart. The white tiger, steely arms by which to seize knowledge. The azure dragon, unclouded eyes that see all beneath the sky. The black tortoise, a rigid shield and a well-guarded blade. But when 9 and 9 meet 9, Tempus Finis shall be willed upon them. For without the Agita, their world called Orience, must persist in its spiral.
In this time of absolute darkness, we must unite to bring forth the light of hope. The time has come. Yes, this is the dawn of a new age.
And so the Milites Empire, home to the White Peristilium, invaded the neighboring dominion of Rubrum. As soon as the declaration of war was made, the Militesi main fleet swarmed into all corners of Rubrum. At the same time, a separate fleet was charged with a sneak attack on the Vermilion Peristilium. A lessee accompanied this task force. Using a lessee to invade a sovereign state was a direct violation of the Pax Codex, a treaty created by all 4 crystal states of Orience. The besieged Peristilium attempted to repel Milites's Magitech armors with powerful magic. Not even the mighty warships could withstand the awesome power of the summoned Eidolons. It seemed that the Militesi offensive would fail. However, the lessee Kunmi led a special unit past Rubrum's defenses and activated a new weapon, the Crystal Jammer, neutralizing the power of the Vermilion Bird Crystal. Severed from the source of their magical powers, the Rubrum forces were quickly overwhelmed and overrun. Imperial Marshal Sid Olstein demanded of Chancellor Kalia Cheval VI, the leader of Rubrum, that he surrender and transfer the Vermilion Bird Crystal to Militesi control.
Your crystal cannot protect you. Resistance is no longer an option. You have 6 hours. You must comply with our demands, or face the full might of our forces. In which case, I promise you, the roads of Rubrum will run red with the blood of her people.
May the crystal
Soundtrack is so good, by the way.
When 9 and 9 meet 9, the depths of reason shall stir. When the seal of creation is broken, a voice like thunder shall sound, and thou shalt know. We have arrived.
And that is the opening cinematic. Pretty badass. So, I've already beaten the game, of course. I have the Platinum Trophy. There is a new game plus, and there's actually several good reasons to keep replaying this. But I've already progressed too far in my New Game Plus, so we are going to jump into a new game. Just like to point out, there are quite a lot of people that prefer to play these games with Japanese voices, and in this game, you actually have the option to play with Japanese voices. But for the sake of this Let's Play, we're going to play it in English. Now, we're going to watch another cutscene now. I do apologize, but this is Final Fantasy.
The path was not chosen.
It.
War, 3 hours that changed the world. So you will notice that this Final Fantasy is a lot more gritty and bloody than your typical Final Fantasy. And if you're wondering why the graphics still doesn't look that great, it's because this is a remaster of a PSP game. There are limits to what you can do. Looks okay, in my opinion.
To go.
And besides, this game is very much about the storyline and the characters.
Is everyone alright?
As every Final Fantasy should be about.
Have you seen a guy? A guy with a red cape?
No, I haven't. You?
Visual! Kill them! Tree. Okay, stay with me. Ace, I'm coming. My eyes. I have to find Ace. Teacher. Teacher. Damn. Ace.
I'm here! I'm right here.
Isana.
It's too late.
I know that.
I knew I could count on you. Chichi. Let's rest. A while. I always thought that your name was weird. I'm telling you, Machina must have pulled that one out of her hat.
So yeah, for some reason our heroes can still use magic.
What do you think, girl? Is this the end? Machina. Stay strong. Rem. I would have liked to see you again. JJ. I'm glad that you're here with me. No. I don't want to die.
Right, so this is where the copyright strike comes in, so we're going to mute sound for a bit. So I'm going to do the voice acting for you, if there is any voice acting. Go say goodbye, Ace. It's alright. You should look up this song, by the way, if you can. I think it's called Zero by Bump of Chicken or something like that. Really cool song. This does give me the opportunity to say a few things about the game though. So Final Fantasy Type-0 would be my favorite Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X. Storyline is superb. It actually gets pretty complicated the further into the game you get. Director Hajime Tabata, who is now also the director of Final Fantasy 15, of course. After taking over from Nomura. And this game and Crisis Core, which Tabata-san directed are two games that give you reason to be optimistic about Final Fantasy 15 because, well, this game is excellent and everyone who's played Crisis Core says it's really good as well. I haven't played Crisis Core myself, but yeah. Of course, there are annoying characters in this as well. Speaking about the cast of characters, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy if it didn't have at least one annoying character. But still, you care about every single one of the characters, even though you have 14 of them. You can actually, choose yourself how deeply engaged you want to be with your characters. Like, there's tons of like optional dialogue and stuff like that. You can learn about, their hopes and dreams and stuff like that. And what they're like as, people. Ah, here we go. Sound back on. Now you might be wondering why this music isn't copyrighted, but that particular song was. It's because Square does this music themselves, but the vocal theme isn't done by them. So here we go, combat.
Objective: locate the Empire's crystal jammer. Then neutralize it to restore the crystal.
Understood.
So you get
May the crystal guide you.
Mission objectives from your commanding officer all the time. Obviously, this isn't a turn-based combat system, so it's more like Final Fantasy 15 in this regard. So let's see.
Seal the exits.
So you hold R1 to lock onto a target, stand still to recover HP, or you can use a healing spell, and you press circle while moving to dodge. You can change the leader. I like Queen, so I'm going to use Queen.
Leave it to me.
So you might notice that the marker occasionally goes red or yellow even. That's called kill sight when it's red, and when it's yellow it's break sight.
First, utilize the central
A kill sight will instantly kill an enemy,
Take it up to the air
like that,
and investigate the military
and a break sight will just deal tons of damage.
The Dominion's fate is in your hands. May the crystal guide you.
So you can only typically get kill sight on weak enemies like these guys, while break sight is more reserved for like bosses and other strong enemies.
Aura.
So we can't actually kill this thing, so I'm just going to dodge to avoid taking damage. So I said you had 14 characters, but your party will always consist of 3 members. So at the start of each mission, you pick which 3 you want. There we go.
It ran away? What was that? Mine.
If one of your characters died, you can actually swap in someone else, I believe, during combat. It's been a while since I played this, sorry.
Prepare for landing.
Queen here. What is it?
Right, we need Ace for this. Since these guys
Keep the lines clear of
are
the
not in melee
nonsense.
range.
Nonsense?
What about you?
The operation is proceeding as planned.
Same here. Say, what's your status?
Everything's buttery smooth over here.
8.
Something budget.
How's that? Well, sounds like we're all on schedule.
So,
The counterattack took the Empire by surprise, and the battle seemed to favor the Dominion. Then, 3 hours into the operation, many of the Dominion's airship squadrons had not yet fully achieved their objectives. A lack of experience combined with Imperial counterattacks was jeopardizing the operation. To make matters worse, without access to their most powerful weapon, magic, Rubrum's ground forces suffered severe casualties and were unable to reach their objective, academia.
Class 0, do you read me? This is Intel. We've located part of the jamming device that's affecting Rubrum.
So use your relic terminals, the red crystal we see there. To save, reorganize your squad and check your
It's
status.
inside the Militesi flagship in the airship docking bay. Head there immediately.
So I was saying, each character uses a specific type of weapon. So you see Ace here uses
But you're free to suppress any resistance.
cards, Queen uses a sword, 9 uses a lance,
Impossible! They're using magic right in front of us!
so even though you can find, new weapons for each character or whatever, you're stuck with the weapon type. So Queen will never use anything other than a sword, for example.
Imperial troops are descending. Eliminate
So-
them and board that ship.
To find what I would suggest you do if you're playing this for the first time is find what types of weapons you like and then just stick with those. Obviously level up all of your characters if you can, but took a lot of damage there. Let's heal up. So we're standing still. Put a weapon away. HP rising rapidly.
What's
Nice.
that?
There they are! They came! Don't let them advance any further! Take them down! Invaders on the main deck! Shoot them on sight!
So square is your normal attack, X is like your special ability. You can learn several special abilities and you can customize which one you want to have equipped. Circle and triangle are magic spells, you can customize those as well. So if I wanted to get rid of Cure and go for Thunder and Blizzard, for example, I could have done that. Well, I couldn't have done that now because she hasn't learned the Blizzard spell yet, but in theory, you could do that.
Close the barrier!
I need Ace.
I got this. It's all you.
Queen.
Leave it to me.
There we saw the break site, but I missed it. And there we go, I got it.
Use the magicite to destroy it.
Withdraw.
The camera in this game is a bit, it's not the best.
Good work. Now get out of there before the ship crashes.
It's okay, so because of the camera, I think I would say that the 15 battle system is better.
Let them escape. We'll show you the power.
And I would say this is actually more difficult than Final Fantasy 15's battle system. Oh shit! Well, good thing we had re-raise. So yeah, you actually cannot die in the intro. So they're quite lenient with that. Because you get automatically raised. Here we go, another one of the characters.
Ren,
And another one.
take it easy now.
Yeah. I'm okay. But Machina, the crystal.
Yeah, I saw. It looks like its power is returning.
Come on, Machina.
All right.
Magic has been restored in some areas. Anyone who can still fight, gather in front of the facility.
What I think is kind of cool, by the way, is that every character, almost every character, is named after.
Unknown weapon signature detected in the arena. We believe it's a new type of Magitech armor with an onboard jammer. Find it.
Is named after a card. So we have King, Queen, Jack, 8, 7, 9, Ace.
Let's hear that report again.
So this is the general of the Imperial Army.
Sir, Vessel 6 has been confirmed destroyed.
Looks like we have an anomaly on our hands. What about the 401st and 903rd?
I can't reach either company, sir.
Keep trying.
Sir! Byakuya 10! Byakuya 10! This is Kusabi.
Bring me that
Respond.
survivor. The one from the 161st.
Sir! Corporal Boz of 161st.
So, you are certain you saw the enemy using magic?
Yes, sir!
My understanding is that after witnessing this, you fled from the battle. Then your unit was annihilated. Is that correct?
Yes. I felt it was my duty to report.
In the Militesi army, we do not tolerate soldiers who flee from their fear. The 161st Company was wiped out by Dominion magic. Clean us up.
Sir!
So even a l'Cie like Kune could not keep the vermilion bird crystal in check.
Well, this sucks. Where'd these rats crawl out from? This really sucks.
We joined with the survivors. Our goal is to occupy the building.
I was going to show you the level up system, but it seems we can't do that yet.
This sucks. Same old routine. Try something new. Let's end this right now. Now then. Huh?
So here we have Jack, and this is 7. So Jack uses a katana, 7 uses a whip blade.
Did we get him?
And this is the Odin summon. So summons in this game are known as Eidolons. Now, normally, when you play it normally, when you use a summon, the character that performs the summon actually dies, so you actually have to sacrifice yourself to perform the summon. So, it's a calculated risk. Right, here we go. So yeah, powerful.
We have to start over?
Is this the power of a l'Cie?
Now you will notice that Ace's evade is very different from the other characters. Like the other characters sort of roll around, while Ace actually teleports. So we're just going to control Ace to evade those shots, while the two others destroy the thing. Now, 7 is a pretty cool character. I feel like her weapon is a bit too slow for me though, so I don't like it that much. Jack is extremely powerful. Oh, I was not paying attention there. Oops. Yeah, Jack is extremely powerful. His attacks deal the most damage out of all 14 characters. It comes at a huge cost though. He's incredibly slow, like he's... I think he'd lose a race against a turtle. That's how slow he is. So I don't like Jack either.
That was a close one.
Now, if you are familiar with this game already, and you're wondering who my favorite characters are, that will be Size, Queen, then third would probably be like a tie between King and Ace and 8.
This sucks.
Who are you people? Those red cloaks.
No way.
Ninetail is down! Communication lost with Kunmi!
Impossible! What's going on out there?
The Vermilion Bird Crystal is fully restored. Magic readings in all sectors. Wait, point 68. A Lassie? A Vermilion Bird Lassie! I've lost contact with the 204th and 208th.
Get our men out of there! Attention all units in Dominion territory. Halt all military operations, and withdraw at once! Send HQ a code 991. We're transitioning to Operation Northern Dawn.
Sir!
To come this far just to be turned back.
6 hours into the operation, Rubrum's Agito Cadet Class 0 achieved its objective, and the Dominion succeeded in taking back. It was here that Class 0 made its first mark in the pages of history.
So Class 0 is our group of heroes, of course.
Misfortune has befallen academia and the Dominion at large. The Militesi Empire has broken the quadripartite crystal state.
Shall drive out the Militesi forces that still unlawfully occupy our territories and liberate our villages, cities, and citizens that continue to suffer at the hands of the Empire. Rubrum is not in this alone. All of Orience must confront this challenge. I hope that you will all remember this as a new...
Chancellor! Anathemic readings in Lorica.
What?
One day, historians may refer to this as Tempus Finis.
Nonsense. This is not the beginning of the end. It is the first ray of hope, one that we've brought forth.
In 842 RG, an Ultima bomb, powerful enough to obliterate an entire continent, was dropped on the Black Peristilium in Lorica. In the blink of an eye, the Lorican alliance, which had stood proud for 700 years, was completely erased from the continent of Orience.
What's actually really cool about that particular part is that you can actually go and explore. Lorica later on in the game. Not that there's anything left, apart from a huge crater. Well, there is actually something there, but...
Raise the Vermilion banner.
It's completely optional, so that wasn't a spoiler. It's not part of the main quest, or the main story.
Fearing an attack with a second Ultima bomb, the Kingdom of Concordia, home to the Azure Peristilium, began defending the airspace over its territory and that of the Dominion of Rubrum. Concerned the war might spread to other nations, Concordia sought an immediate cessation of hostilities, but was rejected outright by the Dominion of Rubrum. With large portions of land occupied by the Empire, the Dominion was reluctant to accept a ceasefire, as that would be a silent concession to the Empire's act of aggression. The Consortium of Eight, Rubrum's supreme ruling council, spent several days debating how to recover their lost territory.
With our force's current state, do you really believe we can defeat the Empire in a full-scale conflict?
We'll have to abandon our outer territories and focus on defending the capital and retaking key strategic areas.
We can make up for our disadvantage in numbers with l'Cie. The Empire already unleashed a l'Cie on us during this invasion. We're lucky that it wasn't a Primus. If they want to throw dirt at us, I say we just throw it right back at them.
My, you've quite the sense of humor. Do you really think a l'Cie would accede to the wishes of the Consortium?
Why not? The Vermilion Bird Crystal was attacked by an enemy l'Cie. It was put in danger. There's no way that its l'Cie could refuse to aid us in this situation.
And if the l'Cie operated by that logic, you might actually have a point.
Only the Vermilion Bird Crystal has the power to direct the l'Cie to help us. And the wills or won'ts surrounding that do not a productive discussion make.
Might I offer a suggestion? I understand the cadets who were involved in the liberation of the capital were unaffected by the jammer and managed to repel the White Tiger l'Cie. Can we create more soldiers with the same magic technology used to create them?
Sorry I'm late. You can't simply repeat what I've done with the children. And the tech itself is classified. Disclosure is out of the question.
Dr. Aracia, have you learned anything about the Crystal Jammer?
Very little, I'm afraid. I can say with certainty, though, that no human could operate the jammer. It would take a l'Cie. However, my scanners haven't detected any major disruptions since Lorica's little disappearing act. Based on the data, I believe that something has happened to the l'Cie, and the jammer is inoperable.
Even if that's true, do you have an actual plan to get us out of this current mess?
Just deploy the cadets.
Huh?
I believe that is the best way to turn the tide of battle without compromising our defenses.
Undeniably, the Agito cadets would make for a potent implement of war, but...
Would it not be seen as an expansion of the role of those defending the peristyllium?
Oh, if the sea won't help us, what choice do we have?
Very well. Shall we defer to the Chancellor's judgment?
The Dominion's very existence is imperiled. Each of us will be put to trial. Even the Agito cadets. And if Rubrum is at stake, they would welcome those challenges.
Very well, then. Shall we make it official?
Now, if you're wondering whether this game has this many cutscenes throughout the whole game, no, it doesn't. It's just because this is the beginning of the game. You have to lay the foundations and stuff. So this is Academia, this is our school. Where you can, you know, where most of the main game will take place. So here you can attend classes, which improves your stats and gains you XP. You can train in the arena to gain XP. You can raise chocobos. You can talk to your other members of Class 0 and learn more about them. You can talk to other students and stuff and find out what their general mood is about the war and the world and other current events and stuff like that. You can take on side quests, there's tons of side quests. You can take on missions. So yeah, tons of things to do here. So we're going to end the video here. I will end by saying that as a Final Fantasy fan, I cannot recommend this game enough. I mentioned earlier, it's my favorite Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy X. Music is excellent, good cast of characters and good storyline. It may seem very unoriginal at the moment, like, oh, the big empire invades the small nation, but as you get further and further along the story, it actually becomes extremely detailed and complicated. Yeah, I love this game. I will say that if you hated Final Fantasy XIII, this game could make you hate 13 even more, because imagine what this game could have been like with the budget of Final Fantasy XIII. This should have been Final Fantasy XIII. This is the true Final Fantasy XIII. And with that, it's time to end. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Subscribe for more videos every single weekday. I think we'll do one more video of this, so tune in next week for that. So until next time, guys, take care.